carries years worth of supplies of tin food with him. So he builds the ship up with 2 years worth of supplies. He tells his wife, if I'm not back within 2 years, call the Royal Navy and get them to send a third party. Well, he sets sail and then to the communication centre where they send information out. A place called Bletchley Farm, German codes were cracked and then put into British codes and sent to British ships from that building. So it looks even more work between day and night with teleprinces there, sending out messages to the Royal Navy. Really hard work. You've got to like concentrate for hour on hour. All those messages are in code. These messages out, absolutely, yeah. Make one single field to lose. And then the farmer unearthed it. Famous stories of traps all his bone on right. And he goes to the farm, that was around till the 1920s. And the farm owner who bought the farm
That's right, yeah. Now have women in frontline duty. It's only been 3 years, so they're only 16.
No,
Yeah, there
I
are
have
women.
plenty.
two are forming the new guards there from the Coldstream Guards. The guards who are Grenadier Guards. And those two guards regiments are bitter rivals. I remember I was attending years and years ago we had that war between the forces of Parliament and the forces of the Mint. The Coldstream Guards decided to stick with the forces of Parliament, where the Grenadier Guards stayed with them. Never actually fought each other, they were on opposite sides. Although the Coldstream Guards were the Guards regiment, they had to march behind the Grenadier Guards. They're still in disgrace. Very soon. I'm not exactly sure when she's arriving. I'm not going to call it a crisis. I was there.
Could go on to graduate. Big stage changes, wedding groups, and that's not the most famous reason is marriage is really okay. And then the crowds extend all the way down.
Want to in front of it?
They all want to see the Queen and the royal family on the balcony. And the only trouble is Queen Victoria was in the way. So we're standing very close to Queen Victoria and you see the balcony, which is very irritating. And this sort of happens to me. Me and my dad said we better try and get as close as we can to see the Queen. That's probably really but then the Queen did come out, sort of half her out. So when I went to England, he said, "Oh, did you see the Queen?" He said, "Well, that's not half her out." So sorry, yeah, I've seen the Queen many times. So the Queen Victoria statue, she's seated on the right hand side of the statue. So she looks a really old lady, but remember that she was 23 when she moved into the statue. So she was actually really like dancing. One of the things that she has built is travel back in time. Charles moved into there, and now with his new wife. Charles has said when he wants to become king, when he becomes king, he's going to move the whole apartments into Clarence House, and then just open up Buckingham Palace as a museum and not use it for the royal family at all. Which, yeah, I'm not sure what everyone else thinks about that. I don't think that's a really good idea. I mean, part of the reasons.
gotta be careful when they fight because they hit the swords. Yeah. Yeah. That's what Morris.
On the left side, and on the right side is the Albert Memorial minus the light, which is not working for some reason. That's our Albert Memorial dedicated to Prince Albert, who died in the light. And you will not have a problem shopping in Harrods because the people who work there speak more than 50 different languages between them, so you will not have a problem shopping in Harrods. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this Harrods has got 330 departments, many departments. And when you finish shopping, it's got 15 restaurants. So you can have a nice cup of coffee and a scone when you finish shopping. And then if you're still not satisfied, Harrods will get you anything you want if you have the money. If you want an elephant from Thailand, they'll get it for you. I remember coming here in 1976 and I ordered an alligator from Florida as a gift to my ex-mother-in-law. I love this place. Look behind you for a beautiful photo. And we got the Wellington Arch on the right side, and then we're going to go to the area of Victoria where Buckingham Palace is located. And unfortunately, buses and trucks are not allowed to go around the front of the palace. But we are going to go around the side walls of the gardens. And if you're around tomorrow, writer Stephen Hawking were interred here in Westminster Abbey. This is where Her Majesty the Queen was crowned in 1953. This is where she was married in 1947. This is where Prince William married Kate Middleton in 2011. So this is it now, Westminster Abbey, dating back to the mid-1200s, during the reign of King Henry III. That building is known as a Royal Peculiar. It's owned by the monarchy, and Her Majesty the Queen is the head of that building. Now, the next place we're going to officially is the Palace of Westminster. However, I've renamed it the House of Brexit. And inside there work a lot of very confused people who don't know whether we're coming or going. Nor do I. Hello, Mr. Policeman. Hello. Hello, Mr. Policeman. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. That's the only exercise they get the whole week. And the London Eye is a brother and sister creation, and it was built to celebrate the new millennium, the year 2000. It's been standing there for 19 years, and to think that I watched it being built from scratch. So that wheel's got 32 capsules, and each one holds 25 people. The London Eye holds a total of 800 people. Right, New Scotland Yard on the right side, the headquarters of London's Metropolitan Police. And coming up in front of you, everyone, is one of our famous clocks. There are 4 of them, but we only get to see one because of the restoration work. Up there is one of our famous clocks. Now, for £1, for a £1 prize, can anyone please tell me the name of that clock?
Big Ben.
Sir, you are correct. That's the Elizabeth Tower. You are right about that. But what is the name of the clock? What's the name of the bell? Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Big Ben is the name of the bell. Thank you, young man. Well done. And what's the name of the clock then? What's the name of the building? The Palace of? Yes, Westminster. So that is the Westminster clock. Big Ben is the 13.5-ton bell in the Elizabeth clock tower. How many people does the London Eye hold in total? 800. And what's the name of the river?
Thames.
And is it a tidal river or not tidal? Yes, it's tidal. And when the tide comes in and out twice a day, the water rises and falls by 24 feet, 7 meters. Now this building on the left side of us is the London Aquarium and the London Dungeon. If anyone is planning to visit the London Dungeon, please, and on the left side we're going to see the London Eye. Now you would normally see the, oh my God, we're being ambushed already. Right. Right guys, fingers on the buttons. Right, click. Click, 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 click. We're being ambushed by 59. We have to go. We've just been ambushed. Right, is it tied in or out? Yes, it's out. There's the sandbags. Now, can anyone tell me the name of the other city on the right side? Commonwealth again, and we're going to solve all the American problems, and we're going to start with Texas and work up. That solves that problem. Right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here on the left-hand side is one of my favorite musicals, Mamma Mia. Here I go again, my, oh. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. We're the Italians all up for it, come on. Grazie mille. Right. Now, in a minute, we're going to go past the High Commission of Australia. In the middle of the road in front of you is the border between the two cities. Right here in the middle of the road, the Temple Bar Monument. And there's a lovely statue on top resembling my ex-mother-in-law, Agatha. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, behave yourself from 3 AD, and the Romans stayed here for over 400 years. The Romans called this settlement Londinium. And they tried to go to what was then, well, what is now Scotland. And the Romans were terrified of the Scots, so they never ever got to Scotland. But nevertheless, they still called Scotland Caledonia. Right, here we are coming up now to St. Paul's Cathedral, opened in 1710, and here in 1981, Prince Charles married Princess Diana. Right here in 1981. That was one of the best weddings I ever attended in my whole life as best man. Now, if you want to walk up to the top of the dome, ladies and gentlemen, there's only 528 steps. I do it several times a week before breakfast. And then I wake up. Right, let's go to London Bridge, the Tower Bridge and the Tower of London. Now, I want to tell you a few things about the city. This city's got over 500 international banks. This is a mile city. And every November a new Lord Mayor is elected. Every November. They only have that job for 1 year. And then the City of London police are different from the Metropolitan Police. They're a different police force with their own commissioner, slightly different uniform, and they're much older than the Metropolitan Police. But they do work hand in hand when needed. Front. And then on the left-hand side is the Bank of England. The Fed, the Bank of England on the left, where all the gold bullion is stored, where my wages come from. What a lovely way to end the season. Today's my last day until next summer. That's why I'm enjoying the tour so much. Right, everybody, so after we've been across London Bridge, we're going to Tower Bridge, and then we're going to the Tower of London. And most people go there exclusively to see the crown jewels. Although there is much more to see in the tower than just the crown jewels. Besides the imperial state crown and many thousands of meters high, 311 steps to the top. Alright everyone, take out your cameras. Here comes London Bridge. But I want you to take a photo of Tower Bridge on the left side. Have your cameras ready for a beautiful photo of London's most famous bridge in London. On your left now. Look at that baby. Opened in 1894 during the reign of Queen Victoria, and that's the one that lifts for the ships to go through. And you can also walk across the top section from one side to the other along the top. We'll see that as we go across. And in front of you is the Shard building, 95 floors high, the highest building in Western Europe. And the Shard has got 95 floors, of which 72 floors are habitable. And that building, ladies and gentlemen, has a hotel, restaurants, apartments, offices, bars, swimming pools. And during the reign of Queen Victoria, this is Tower Bridge, ladies and gentlemen. Opened in 1894 during the reign of Queen Victoria and painted in her favorite color, blue. Now, normally, if you want to do a Tower Bridge experience, you can walk from one side of the bridge to the other side, walking along the top part, along the walkways at the top. And some days you can see people walking above us. I'm not so sure about today though. No, the lights are off today. But during the week you can always see people walking across at the top. Right, we're now coming to the Tower of London on the left side of you. And we're talking about 900 years of royal history. And in its 900 years, this place has been a palace, a prison, and a place of execution. And the oldest part of the tower is the middle section where the white flagpole is. That building is called the White Tower. And the White Tower was built by William the Conqueror in 1078. After beating the English at the Battle of Hastings in 1066, he had himself crowned King of England, and then he had that middle section built in 1078, and the rest of the building was added in the 1200s during the reign of King Henry III. And it had a moat going all the way around it, which was drained in 1834. William Penn was baptized, the founder of Pennsylvania. And it's a church coming up in front, All Hallows by the Tower. And for all the other Americans, you might be interested anyway, this church in front of us, All Hallows by the Tower, William Penn was baptized there in 1644, and John Quincy Adams was married there. The 6th President of the United States. That's this church coming up in front, All Hallows by the Tower. Now, after we've finished with the church, we're going to travel underneath London Bridge, and that's when the fun begins. So here it is, people from Pennsylvania on the left side, William Penn's baptismal church. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Well done, give yourself a round of applause. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Abu, thank you. I've never seen Abu like this before. Wow, thank you, Abu. Anyway, circus, which is not a circus. Well, it is sometimes. Depends how much people have been drinking. But Piccadilly Circus actually means Piccadilly Circle. And Piccadilly Circus is London's equivalent of Times Square. The National Gallery is the National Art Gallery, and there's over 2,000 paintings that you can see there free of charge, including from it. So, there we can see Nelson's column, a statue on top of Admiral Horatio Nelson. He used his cat as a model. And if you look at the paws, if you go up and you look at the paws of those lions, thank you very much. I'm proud of you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is this is the last place on the right. Here's Piccadilly Circus. And those steps have seen more bums than any other steps in the world. And gentlemen, according to legend, if you sit on those steps with your girlfriend or your wife or your mistress, they will never leave you. That's why I never bring mine here. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, let's cross over in one while it's green. Call this the Minster and West. This is what the name is. So the first church was here was about 604. So 1,400 years ago. First church.
And the Queen ultimately will be buried at Windsor. So the two big royal mausoleums are this one and Windsor Castle. So this one is, as I said, it's where the coronations take place. The royal mausoleum is basically everything you see on it. All men at that point, so they had changes. So basically, all men got the right to vote, and women up to age of 30. And here we can see there. Look, there's Churchill. Churchill's looking straight ahead at this part of the Parliament building, which is the House of Commons. Do you remember we said in the middle there was that hall called Westminster Hall, which is the only building that survived basically 3 fires, and it's that one you can see with the smooth stone. It's got a bit of the scaffolding around it, so that's called Westminster Hall. The trial of Charles I took place there. The trial of Sir Walter Raleigh. Anybody heard of Sir Walter Raleigh? So he was the original buildings down there. Those 2 men are walking on the right down there. That is number 10 Downing Street. Number 10 and number 11 is actually where the Chancellor of the Exchequer is. He looks after our national debt. Sold off. So that's going to be a 5-star hotel, that building. It's called the Admiralty or Navy, maybe, of the threat of invasion. And so Nelson was shadowing the French fleet. And when they came out of the Mediterranean, into the Atlantic, they were frightened, right, it's going to come straight up, so right, we have to attack. And just on the south Spanish coast, near Gibraltar, as you're coming out, that's where Trafalgar is.
This is basically the nation's church. We call it a nation's church because anything happens politically, it happens here. Margaret Thatcher's funeral was here. Churchill's funeral was here. Wellington's funeral and burial was here. Nelson's funeral and burial was here. And the breaking tradition was Charles and Diana's wedding. So they got married here. And that was a breaking tradition because normally they would have got married at the church. It's no big deal, but it was a breaking tradition. Okay?
The Tower of London, like some of you came with me this afternoon, remember the history over there. That was where the original Roman fortress was. The Roman fortress is basically where Mile, today called the City of London, where Mile. Anyway, so 1,000 years later, in the Norman times, they normally built these clubs to be there. Charing Cross Station. The bridge ahead of us is called Charing Cross Bridge, and you've got two pedestrian bridges on either side. These were from 2002. This was for the celebration of the Queen's Golden Jubilee. She's had a Diamond Jubilee since then, but this is for the Golden Jubilee. So if anybody's finishing from the from the London Eye and you're coming over, then you can actually come over to these two bridges here. So on the right hand side you've got Embankment Station, and you've got the railway station there on the right. Great view of Westminster Bridge, and you've got the Palace of Westminster straight ahead of us. Now the Palace of Westminster Remember, this is the Anglo-Saxon site of the Anglo-Saxon palace. One of our Anglo-Saxon kings, the House of Lords, that's going to be closed. So the House of Commons, House of Lords will have to move out, and it's going to be 3.5 billion pounds. This is another part of the millennium things that were built to commemorate the millennium nearly 20 years ago now. So this bridge ahead of us, this is called Westminster Bridge. Now Westminster Bridge was the oldest bridge that we have in this part of town. There was only one bridge crossing the River Thames. Okay, I'm up here with the captain, and the captain is just telling me we're going to try and go under, because before they told him he couldn't go under, and because of high tide, he couldn't get under the bridge. So he said we're going to try and just see, it's going to be very close. So we can all squeeze in, and this is hope that we should be able to get through. But anyway, we're just going to give it a go. Anyway, whilst we're talking about it, this is Westminster Bridge. So 1750, just having a bit of a laugh at it. Anyway, 1750, this is when the original bridge was built. So up until 1750, we only had one bridge
And the Queen is just a figurehead, she's not noticed the car at all.
Now, on our tour, they said that when the Queen passes, that they're going to open up the palace year round, and that Prince Charles is going to move.
That's what he said. No. Oh, no, but usually the monarch is in the palace, and just, if you look at the palace, going right, so you're coming down this pier, there's a building you can just see in the middle there. Next to it, just next to there, that's where Charles lives. He lives in Clarence House. And when Charles, if and when he becomes king, because he could abdicate his famous William, but we don't know, he said that he would move out. Or when to open the palace, you don't need to move out. The Queen, on the right-hand side of the palace,